when I first was losing my hair, I didn't know it yet. I thought it was getting slimmer, getting a little thin up top, but I didn't know it was bad until I was coaching summer league. I was coaching 8th grade basketball, right? And one of the moms recording her son. I called a timeout. She's still recording her son. She pans over to me in a timeout with my head down holding the clipboard. And she's showing me the video. We watch the video and we get to me. We collectively just look at the shit and say, I'm like, all right, I need to see that. And then when I saw it, I instantly like, man, my barber is an asshole. Like he didn't say anything. And then I thought about it. Like the more I thought about how my barber, he kind of knew the end was near. He just didn't tell me. Like he would drop hints though, because every time I come into the barber shop, he would instantly start doing other stuff. He would get preoccupied. He would always return his phone calls. He missed early with the other clients. Like say I come in there, he put his phone out, start calling people back, and he got an iPhone this slim, head tilted the whole time, cutting my head. Like, oh, I ain't doing shit, man. I might be out here in a minute. I'm wrapping up right now, man. I'm about to be out of here. Yeah, I'm almost done right now. I can hear him the whole time saying this shit. I'm like, bro, can you please focus a little bit and take a little bit of be delicate a little bit with this shit. He didn't care. I knew he didn't care. Because he gave me change after the haircut, which I didn't know what to do. I gave him $40 and he gave me $15 back. And I'm like, yo, man, what's this for? I'm like, oh, man, I can't charge you full price for half the job. I said, all right, man. So I'm like, I'm done. I'm never gonna be here again. I would have cut my hair off all right then and there, but I couldn't because my cousin had a wedding coming up and I was the best man. So I wanted to go to the wedding, but I had to go to Cleveland. I will say it's about being from Cleveland and going bald. You don't really have to, because we have some of the most magical barbers in the country. Our barbers are so good, they're the reason we got an NBA championship on the low. Serious. Think about it. When LeBron was in Miami, that headband was getting bigger and it was moving back. His second season back in Cleveland, he was wearing a fucking do-rag on TV. Like that's how great he was, that's how comfortable and happy he was with the new shit on his head when Cleveland got to him. So I found a barber. I hit up all my friends who might know, all the brothers was thinning too. So I'm like, yo, who can I go to? And I'm going to go to see JT. So I'm like, I'm going to see JT. I go see the JT dude. I get to the barbershop. It was like every other barbershop, except when I got in the chair, he cut a ring light on behind me, and then he put his tripod out in front of the chair and then put his phone on there, and then he did some wild shit. He like, yeah, I be out here saving niggas' hairlines. I'm like, hold on now. You're not gonna be on camera, bro. Nah. I am not gonna be a case study, sir. I will not be on Instagram with some before and after shit. Nah, man, I'm off. I need some confidentiality with your clients, my man. You can't be doing this shit to me. So he put the camera away, and he cut me up regular. And it was a regular haircut at first, and then he got an index card, and he placed it on my forehead. And then I heard a and I felt this wet, cold shit just trickling on my head. And I jumped at first. I'm like, maybe this maybe it's conditioner or some shit, I don't know. He keep cutting me up still. And then after the haircut, he turned the chair around to the mirror. And for years, I would always think, when I saw those makeover shows, they was always being dramatic and acting up and all that shit. Like, that's not how you really gonna act. When I seen my 27-year-old hairline again on top of my head, a single Denzel tear came down my eye. I started hugging this random shit like, man, thank you so much for saving my hairline. Thank you so much. You do save hairlines. Thank you. I was so excited. I went to the store and bought a do-rag that night with no shame. Had the flap hanging and everything. And then the wedding was the next day. The only problem about going to the wedding was all of these people knew me before yesterday. So they all saw the bullshit. And all the women at the wedding were so supportive and nice. Like, oh my God, you look so good. Gassing me up. But all of my friends that were the groomsmen were being very honest. They weren't saying anything. They were just being very passive-aggressive, because every time I would look at them, I would catch them just staring at my forehead as if my teeth was hanging out or some shit. I'm like, yo, fellas, my eyes are down here. Please stop. Respect me, okay? Come on. We took the pictures, though. I got through the whole day. We took the pictures. Nothing went wrong until we got to the reception, and I got confused, and I messed everything up. Because one of our boys was like, yo, man, where we meet Derek at? I said, where the fuck we meet Derek? I did a little scratch, and I could hear the crunch when I scratched. I'm like, crunch. I was like, oh, that's not right. I looked at my fingernail, and I saw all those little fucking microfibers stuck under my nail and shit. So I ran to the bathroom, and I tried to text all the bridesmaids, like, hey, anybody got an eyebrow pencil or something to come give me a touch-up to help me out? They didn't have one. I had to leave out of there. And driving home made me realize, man, you old, bro. You gotta accept this shit. And I didn't want to accept being old. Like, being 40 is not the oldest, but you can't do young shit, because everybody younger than 40 tells you, like, that's the fucking cancer or some shit. Like, I was at Starbucks, and I found out I was old for the first time. I'm sitting at Starbucks outside on my phone. These 3 young men come out of Starbucks. They look confused. And I hear one of them say, yo, ask the old nigga. And in my head, when I hear that, I'm like, oh, it gotta be some Morgan Freeman civil rights leader motherfucker behind me or something. So I'm just in my phone still scrolling. Then I get on top of my shoulder, and I look over, and he's like, excuse me, sir, what the fuck you want? What? He needed directions and shit. I gave him some directions, then he dug that knife a little deeper. He was like, oh, thanks, Unc. I said, hold on now, I don't need no... You ain't no kin to me, young man. Get the fuck out of here, though.